恩雨移動內容多元化，只要攞起手機就能夠讓祝福流動，將福音傳送俾家人同朋友。快啲嚟掃一掃呢個 QR code， 下載最新推出嘅恩雨移動 Apps， 免費攞迎新禮品啦！
丈夫患病離世，
有撕裂嘅感覺，嗰份撕裂嘅痛係痛得好緊要。
家庭嘅重擔都落喺佢嘅身上。
我先生唔喺度呢，我點樣處理啲嘢啊？好少嘢都驚，好驚啊！突然間個心亂啊！我係有 panic attack 嘅。
As a widow, it can be quite difficult at times, but at the same time, I also know that it's in those moments where she turns to God.
位於加拿大北溫哥華嘅卡皮拉諾吊橋公園，係溫哥華最古老嘅觀光景點。呢一度有全世界最長嘅步行吊橋，喺上面欣賞橋底下整片嘅雨林區。身處其中，讓人感受到大自然嘅偉大同人類嘅渺小。嚟自香港現居溫哥華嘅 Grace 許胡佩珊，同樣認知到人類嘅渺小，因為幾年前佢嘅丈夫因病去世，讓佢明白到好多人生嘅課題。
知道一樣嘢就係人生係萬變，生命係冇 guarantee 嘅。你而家呢個 moment， 你珍惜又數有你嘅嘢，你唔好睇你失去嘅嘢。所以我好好嘅。活好每一天，唔好為明天憂慮。一天嘅難處，一天當就夠。
Grace 嘅丈夫許道宏牧師一生致力為主工作。97年畢業後，佢就開始喺溫哥華擔任建立教會嘅工作。雖然初期係舉步維艱，但喺神嘅帶領底下，教會嘅人數不斷增加。就喺許牧師躊躇滿志之際，2000年，佢不幸患上柏金遜病，肌肉變得僵硬，動彈不得。而藥物嘅副作用令佢全身不停嘅扭曲擺動，完全失控。當時許牧師只有40歲，個女先至得5歲，而 Grace 當時仲懷住未曾出世嘅兒子，家庭重擔一下子就落喺 Grace 嘅身上。雖然係咁，許道宏牧師同 Grace 仍然努力為主工作，愛主嘅心從未停過。佢哋呢一份嘅堅持，凡係聽過佢哋經歷嘅人都表示欽佩。當大家開始適應許牧師有柏金遜病嘅時候，喺2004年，醫生證實佢患上肝癌。雖然中間得到上帝神蹟般嘅醫治，但係2011年，許牧師最終因為癌病復發而離開人世，留低 Grace 以及當時只有15歲嘅女同埋10歲嘅仔。今日許道宏牧師已經離開大家好多年，作為太太嘅 Grace 仍然深刻記得當時嘅情景。
我覺得神係免去咗佢，因為覺得佢喺地上面嘅見證同埋佢個 mission 已經係做完啦。我哋嘅教會咧已經獨立咗，然後佢寫完2本書，佢見到2個細路仔，一個就嚟11歲，一個係就嚟16歲，都叫做見到佢哋去咗 teenagers。佢係可以同2個細路仔，當佢知道自己要走嘅時候咧，佢可以叫2個細路仔喺我屋企最後一次嘅家庭崇拜咧，佢同佢2個講，佢話我哋今日可能係我哋最後一次嘅崇拜。2個細路仔都未識驚，佢話我有2樣嘢好重要，想你應承我。Commit your life to God. Don't be angry with him. No, follow Christ. Okay, follow Christ for your rest of your life, and okay, no sex before marriage。咁我先生咧知道佢哋一定會有情緒，而係反而最緊要處理佢哋跟隨神同埋嗰個道德標準。其實我都感恩咯，感恩就係呢一個係佢爹哋嘅遺願，個對佢哋一個好大嘅承諾。做完呢個家庭崇拜之後，幾日之後佢昏迷，幾日之後佢就走咗咯。
面對配偶嘅離世 ，Grace 嘅傷痛係難以言喻嘅。
我成日喺車度行，我都係崩潰嘅，有撕裂嘅感覺，嗰份撕裂嘅痛係痛得好緊要，我係好極度嘅憂傷，唔係淨係佢唔喺度嘅感覺，而係你冇咗你最親嘅人，一個時時可以同你枕邊人啊，一個時時可以你話嘢俾佢聽，我好驚啊，我而家我好 panic 啊咁，我唔可以再話俾許多人聽啊，
真係戥佢辛苦啊！無論係身體同埋心靈上面都覺得佢辛苦嘅。
It was a very tough time for her, and I think for her it's also sometimes loneliness. My dad was a huge support to her, and as kids we're not really able to support her fully or understand her situation completely.
我覺得最難咧，你好羨慕啲人一雙一對咧，有一段時間係有啲 bitterness 嘅，單親咗太耐咧，即係有啲苦毒嘅，同埋我好多個自責。因為你作為佢嘅照顧者咧，其實好多嘢係佢叫你幫佢手決定噶嘛。咁我就覺得係咪我決定錯咗咧？咁即係我好多嘅自責，好多 guilt 喺裏邊啊。嗰啲嘅 guilt 咧，就令到我開始個人咧好怕去做決定。我先生唔喺度咧，我點樣處理啲嘢啊？即係雖然佢喺度嘅時候我要照顧佢，但係好多 decision 係佢幫我 make 㗎。即係佢叫我去咁做，我 take order 啫嘛嚇。佢叫我做呢樣嘢，我咪 take order， 就快啲做晒呢啲 order， done， 交，即係話俾你聽，做完啦呢啲咁。咁冇人再叫我點樣去做嘅時候，好少嘢都驚，好驚啊！突然間個心亂啊，我係有 panic attack。
And sometimes when things are really difficult, or when she's feeling a bit lonely, sometimes she breaks down. I think she puts a lot of the adult responsibilities on her shoulder. And so not only does she do housework, take care of us and help us prepare to go to school, she also needs to manage finances. She needs to manage, the house. All these responsibilities it can be quite heavy on her shoulders. So as a widow, it can be quite difficult at times. Just to have someone there by your side, to have someone there to support you. But at the same time, I also know that it's in those moments where she turns to God and she's able to find peace and comfort in Him. And so.
丈夫嘅離去不但 Grace 悲傷難過，佢嘅一對仔女亦因為痛失爸爸而陷入痛苦之中。就算過咗咁多年，佢哋仍然好懷念爸爸。
我係15歲嘅時候佢 pass away。咁就即係有15年一齊啦。咁我哋細個又好 close 啦，我好中意同佢一齊，所以佢係我個 role model，同埋我個 inspiration。我細個都係，而家都係。佢個 impact is very big on me because of his characteristics. He's very kind and nice and wise and considerate. I take after him in a lot of traits as well. Like I'm quite similar to his personality. So we always understood each other, and I could always have really long chats with him and be able to play some of our favorite games like Scrabble or board games, things like that. So I remember him quite well.
A dad who showed great love for me, who cared for me. And although sometimes I wish that he would have been more similar to like other dads, I think I could still see him really caring for me, even with his circumstances. I didn't understand that the cancer would come back so strongly. I could see that his skin was turning very yellow. He wasn't as sharp as he used to be when he was younger. Sometimes you can kind of see him deteriorating a little bit. It didn't really hit me until my uncle, who's like a doctor, he told me, when we were at the hospital, I think he has 3 days or so. And I thought, really, is it that soon? I thought it would be like maybe a few months.
It was really hard for me because I didn't expect it to happen so soon. I think because the Parkinson's was more of the noticeable sickness that he had. Cancer was always just kind of the thing because you couldn't see it in his day-to-day life, right? They didn't tell us. It was very unexpected. It happened really quick. I didn't really get a chance to have a final goodbye.
Grace 除咗要應付自己嘅情緒，亦要照顧仔女嘅情緒。
佢哋都有情緒㗎，特別我個仔佢有一段時間嘅情緒唔係好穩定嘅時候咧，我就同佢一齊去見 counselling 嘅。咁佢都係見一啲 Christian counselor 㗎。咁有好多嘢都 suggest 佢哋即係講出嚟啦。
The whole summer was very sad and just lots of obviously crying and just mourning and stuff. And yeah, it was a very tough time. He's a huge part of my life, so I'm still sad about it today.
Even afterwards, even though you know it's going to happen, it still always hurts. I think there still is always that sorrow, that grief, no matter how much you prepare for it. I mean, he's someone who's been in my life, all of my life, and just seeing him gone, it really felt painful, I think. And not just for me, it also felt painful to see my family members, to see my mom and my sister, how they are hurting so much. When I had huge anxiety when I was in grade 9, it was really difficult at that time. But at the same time, growing up, I also feel like God has been a really good father for me when in the absence of my dad. There are so many ways where God has taken care of me and has helped me grow into another person and grow and learn more about myself and learn more about what it means to be a follower of Christ and what it means to love others and share that love around me.
A few weeks after he passed away, I had a moment of being angry at God, but then I went to Christian camp and then, because I go to Christian camp every year and I am a counselor there, so then I went back and just got to encounter him intimately, so I wasn't really angry anymore. I think I still have some anger now, in general, and grief, but I think that's just normal when someone really close to you passes away. I think grief comes in waves. You don't experience it at its fullest at all moments, but it's more some moments it hits you more, some moments it hits you less, and sometimes you're able to be distracted by it, but in general, it's always gonna be something that affects me for the rest of my life.
There are definitely times where where you definitely feel a lot of sorrow, definitely feel a lot of frustration. And I think the best thing is that I can take those things to God, that God really is a dad and a friend to me. And so he already knows what's already inside of me. And so it's okay if I know that I might as well be honest about it and let it out. And I think that's what really makes our relationship with God so special. And it makes you feel better too. And I think it's in those moments that God really takes those frustrations and he brings it into another perspective. And you start to get a deeper understanding of it. And so, yeah, whenever, it's not always happy. It's been very hard at times. But I know in those times that God hasn't left me.
I think the thing that I'm most thankful for is obviously my family and friends. They're the ones who've supported me through this whole journey and the ones who've been able to be there for me whenever I need help, or whenever I'm feeling sad or down or have questions, anything like that. I'm really thankful for all the ways that they've supported me. I know that a lot of people in my life, God placed there for a reason. And I know that, that I've been able to experience his love through a lot of the people in my life and just to encounter him. Of course, it's not a good experience, what I went through. Obviously, it is really hard, but I just have hope that I'll see him again in heaven. So that's one of the ways I try to keep hope, but it is very difficult because I really miss him all the time. But yeah, I just try to look on the bright side of things.
靠你有力量，心中向往，是爱达到底，这人变成为有福。他们经过了泪谷，叫这谷变为泉源之地，并有秋雨之福盖满全谷。
許道宏牧師嘅離世對一家人嚟講都係沉重嘅打擊，但係佢哋願意靠住主，努力適應新嘅生活。
好多時都係同教會嘅弟兄姊妹，我記得有姊妹同我講：你同我講呢個故事講咗3次噶啦，你講許道宏呢個故事，即係點樣適應，點樣喊，我聽咗3次噶啦。我話你聽埋第4次唔得咩？即係我啲垃圾成日倒俾佢啊！我話你再聽多次咯，又與你無關嘅。我覺得身邊嘅人咧，一人講啲咧，我就可以將我心聲咧講晒出嚟㗎啦。
俾機會佢呻下出嚟咧，佢就個人會鬆啲咯。好欣賞師母佢好主動會講佢嘅需要啦，同埋好坦白，唔吝嗇講自己嘅唔開心或者自己嘅弱點。咁佢會講佢真正嘅感受俾我哋聽，所以佢係好誠實、好坦白嘅一個人。其實每一次講佢需要勇氣，同埋每次講咧都其實係一個治療咯。佢係有血有肉咯。咁當佢師母講出嚟嘅時候咧，我哋大家可以一齊嚟喊下啦，拍下膊頭啊，俾啲鼓勵對方。咁我諗呢啲都係一啲好少嘅嘢，我哋可以做到。但係可能喺師母裏邊，佢會覺得呢啲就係鼓勵咯。
神，你要拎走佢度啊！咁我就同神講，你要將你自己嚟填補呢個空缺。其實我成日喺車度同神巴緊嘅。神，你覺得我一家人頂得順咩？咁多嘢，咁多嘅挑戰，咁多嘅苦難。咁當然基督徒唔可以免苦難嘅。我神啊！如果你覺得我頂得順嘅時候，你一來你要幫我，你要用你自己嚟填補呢個空缺，你要做我嗰個嘅掌舵者，教我點樣去 make 決定，同埋你要時時陪住我，你就係我嘅伴侶。我覺得 lonely 嘅時候，你俾我 feel 到你黑我，即係我需要有人攬我。但係咧好得意嘅，其實我兩個細路仔成日嚟黑我㗎，我女成日同我 no kiss 嘅，即係成日嚟同我碰鼻嘅，即係。我所有嘅愛咧都有兩個細路仔嚟噶，咁有時咧我仔會拖住我，即係我隻腳開始行得唔好嘅時候，同我哋行山，甚至係用佢自己嚟填補咗冇嘅呢個空缺。
而 Grace 驚恐嘅症狀亦都漸漸消失。
嗱，我有 panic attack 嘅時候咧，點樣去令到自己冇 panic attack 咧？就係我喺教會嘅退休會咧。嗰朝早真係神聽同我講，你唔使驚，你睇下身邊咁多弟兄姊妹，你唔記得咗佢同人有事嘅時候，你嘅家人，無論香港家人、屋企人，你教會嘅弟兄姊妹，全部都輪流煮飯俾你食，攞餸嚟俾你，你住喺山上面，佢攞上嚟，佢幫你照顧細路，佢哋咪就係我咯，我咪喺你身邊咯。我就係咁樣咧，先發覺自己冇再 panic 啊。
I think God sees those moments too. And she always, every time she shares with me, she's crying. She'd always turn that into a prayer, I think. And in the end, she's able to find peace in God.
Grace 係好識得依靠神啊！一路行嚟，佢係真係做好多嘅嘢，會疲倦，但係佢係重新得力，事實上都係。重新得力，我覺得佢係曉得去依靠神。
我冇離開過我屬靈嘅家庭，我自己教會一路喺度，咁嚟幫我度過呢啲情緒。
當 Grace 一家人開始適應新生活嘅時候，就喺2015年同2016年 ，Grace 再次面對至親離世嘅噩耗。
我爸爸走咧係走得好突然下㗎，佢走嗰朝咧。就係我去咗做義工，同我家姐翻嚟咧，我哋發現咧，佢係撞親佢個腦溢血啊，撞親佢個後腦咧，瞓咗喺張床度咧，係中風，即係腦爆血管而離開嘅。佢由我哋發現到佢走係4個鐘頭啫，好突然咯。佢話其實佢走之前嗰1個鐘頭都唔知道自己走嘅，佢就令到我哋好突然咯，好不知所措啊！佢走嘅時候。好唔捨得啦，但係我細佬係醫生咧，同我哋講，佢至少唔係一個好長時間嘅 suffering，即係唔係好似我先生咁好長時間嘅 suffering 咯，即係要每一日面對個疾病咯。咁我爸爸就唔係咯，就成日都懷念佢啊，好多好多嘅回憶啊。
80歲爸爸嘅離世 ，Grace 縱然唔捨得，但係佢仍然可以接受呢一個事實。不過喺2016年，妹妹嘅病逝對 Grace 嚟講就係一個沉重嘅打擊。
所以跟住咧，到我妹咧，我到而家都未接受到個現實嘅。到我妹妹走咧，我覺得係個時間嘅關係。爸爸就差唔多80歲啦，因為我妹妹咧就係未到50歲啊，所以其實我而家仲喺度處理緊我對佢嘅傷痛。到而家你問我咧，我都唔想回想，唔想回想佢喺醫院裏邊所受嘅傷痛，所受嘅痛。因為佢膽管癌咧，醫生咧係同佢即係 open and close 啊，做完手術開咗就閂翻，因為割唔到。 開咗先發現擴散晒。咁所以佢係 within 半年就走咗，喺半年內咧佢就離開咗，追溯唔到嘅原因。但係我總覺得一個人離開咧係有神嘅心意嘅。咁我唔係話接納醫生，我神你覺得呢啲係好咩？即係佢個女仲咁細，我唔識得用理性去分析啊！即係如果我用理性去分析，就好似逼自己去接納。所以我話而家我仲係一個拒絕去接納嘅階段裏邊。咁但係我又唔想我每日淨係用眼淚去度日啦。同埋我諗真係信仰裏邊所俾到我嗰個力量咧係強嘅。你可以話我係越嚟越堅強嘅嚇。
其實呢幾年除咗阿杜雲牧師離世咧，屋企都有另外一啲嘅親人離世，所以其實好困難呢幾年嘅時間。我哋一齊祈禱，一齊喊，一齊呼叫，咁啊見到上帝工作，透過祈禱嘅時候安慰佢嘅話語啊，同埋嗰個羣體啦，咁啊見到佢哋有血有肉嗰面啦，見到佢哋去依靠上帝嗰面啦，見到佢哋靠上帝去勝過呢啲難處嗰面。咁我哋個好處係我哋可以祈禱，我哋個好處我哋可以讀聖經，我哋個好處我哋有一個信仰嘅羣體，我哋個好處就係一個上帝同在嗰種平安。所以我諗我哋嘅特權就係喺個信仰俾我哋嘅力量。所以以前有人講過，基督教信仰主要唔係要嚟解釋苦難，係要嚟承載苦難。咁我哋一樣掙扎嘅，咁冇問題。上帝好大嘅，上帝可以正視我哋好真實嘅一啲嘅感受。所以個信仰好真實唔係淨係可以有所謂奉承，而係可以有傾心吐意。反正我覺得呢個係信仰寶貝嘅地方，即係喺上帝面前唔需要扮嘢，反而係好真誠嘅同佢相交。呢個係關係。呢個係親密嘅關係。
經過咁多事情嘅發生 ，Grace 對生命有咗更深嘅體會。
所以接二連三呢啲嘅傷痛咧，我只係知道一樣嘢就係生命唔係喺我哋嘅手裏邊，生命喺神嘅手裏邊。所以我好好嘅活好每一天，珍惜數有你嘅嘢，你唔好睇你失去嘅嘢。你得到嘅嘢，我仲有媽媽喺身邊，仲有姐姐喺身邊，但我仲有兩個細路仔好錫我。呢一刻神仍然存留我哋，話唔定下一刻神就已經翻嚟啦。即係我個人變得，除咗係變得知道下一刻唔係可以係有 guarantee 之外咧，我係見得神隨時翻嚟啊！我就好快見翻佢哋啦。如果呢三個人都喺神嘅裏面嘅時候，我覺得佢係安穩喺神嘅裏邊啊，佢哋有喜樂噶，所以我而家嗰個係個盼望，係見翻佢哋。我係等緊同佢哋重聚嘅日子。呢個就係我攞到嗰份嘅確據。我覺得好似突然間覺得自己嘅眼淚已經係滿咗啦。神話夠啦，你而家咧就應該時時開開心心嘅去過每日，仍然可以存留你喺日子，令到你兩個細路仔知道你係積極嘅去面對，係有盼望嘅去面對。神係有恩典，我哋係有信心，然後先我哋係有盼望，繼續活喺佢嘅愛裏邊，去面對嚟緊人生好多好多唔同嘅遭遇。
雖然接二連三面對至親嘅離世，Grace 仍會有傷痛嘅時候，但係因為已經得着生命嘅確據，佢能夠充滿盼望，並且堅強咁生活落去。
靠你有力量，心中向往，是岸打到底，这人变成为有福。他们经过了泪谷，叫这谷变为泉源之地，并有秋雨之福盖满全谷。他們心中力上加力，個人到是岸中。
多謝大家收睇《恩雨之聲》。如果想更多了解呢一個節目，歡迎打嚟我哋嘅熱線電話31064444，或者瀏覽我哋嘅節目網頁